What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, SMARONENINE. So in today's video we are back on Mudrunner, and before we get into this video, let me get all this introduction shit out of the way. So I have to apologize, guys. I haven't been making a lot of content lately. I haven't made a video in like 4 months. If you don't include the Red Dead Redemption video I just made, that was just kind of a quick video on me trying to get back into the groove of things, trying to remember how to use all my recording software. It's been a while, but this will actually be my first official video back. I haven't made a video with voice in like, I think YouTube said 4 months or something like that. And my only excuse is, you know, life. Lots of things happening over the course of the last 4 months, you know, with work. I'm a real outdoors kind of person. I spend a lot of time in the woods on the ATV. Holidays, kids, you know, and a simple little thing called being in my house alone and being able to have the quietness to make a video. My house is usually quite busy this time of year. So anyway, enough with all that. Let's get into this video. So what I want to talk about in this video is these 3 trucks, the evolution of these 3 trucks. But we'll get the map out of the way first. So this is my newest map I have released in the workshop. This is Truck Night Season 2. It's kind of a rebuilt version of the original Truck Night that's also in my workshop. You guys are probably familiar with. I rebuilt, this was the last map I released for the game. I think it come out really good. I think it's way better than the original, but that's my opinion. I think it come out really good. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you do. Leave a like, leave a comment. But anyway, the star of the show is these 3 trucks, and I want to talk about these 3 trucks. These are all built by Forces, a good friend of mine. Me and Forces were a great team back then when it was just me and him. F19, we created F19. We got the whole thing rolling back in these days. And the truck in the middle is what I'm going to talk about first. They're all 2008 Chevy Silverados. But this one right in the middle, this one's nicknamed Hades. So an interesting story on why this truck was even built. Excuse me. So if you go back to Spintires, I'm not going to give any names, but there was another player in the community that built a truck called Zeus. And me and Forces wanted to counter that, so we built Hades and Zeus kind of deal, you know. And that's how this truck was actually born. We wanted to kind of compete with his Zeus truck, and I think we did. I think we blew his truck out of the water, to be honest with you. When he built this truck and we released this truck, this was one of our most popular trucks to date. This truck just soared with the downloads, comments up the ass. I mean, people loved it when it first came out. And you got to remember, Spintires was like, what, 7 to 8 years ago, maybe further back than that, I don't know. But being as old as this truck is, I think it still holds up to this day. I think it still looks very good. I'm gonna kind of give my opinion, my likes and dislikes about all 3, and then if we get enough time, we'll run a course real quick. But let's go ahead and start this up. Listen to that big ass diesel. And just to get this out of the way, guys, I'm not a diesel fan. I don't like the way they sound. I'll probably get shit for this, but I'm a gas-powered truck fan. And it's the reason why these 2 rebuilds on the side, this one and this one, are now gas trucks. But we'll get into that in a minute. But Hades is just friggin' badass. I think this truck looks insane, even after all this time. So let's go over the add-ons. So we got the cage and the nets, which a cool feature I liked is how we put the Hades name into the bars. I think that looks sick. We got the flags. We'll get into that in a minute. We got the side steps here. We got the toolbox in the back. And then we got the flags, which, of course, we built this together. He built it. We just both kind of had our own ideas for the truck. So we put the USA flag for me, and he put the Venezuela flag for him. That's why the flags are there. And then just the one for me and one for him. So we'll go ahead and install that. All right, and let's move this ahead. The flags do sway back and forth. I mean, remember, this is 8 years ago technology. That's why they kind of roll together and they don't flow like a real flag would. You know what I mean? But it still looks awesome. And at the time, it was insane. It looked so good. But, I mean, guys, as old as this is, it still looks very, very good. And this is going to be weird to say because the two rebuilt versions are right here. But there is not a mod that Forces has built that I don't want him to rebuild more than this one. I want this truck rebuilt just like this. I want Hades rebuilt so bad. I think this truck is absolutely sick. And this is the first truck Forces ever built that's really out of his comfort zone. Because Forces is known to be he makes incredible trail rides, trail trucks, you know. Stockier looking trucks, very detailed. He's not known to make these jacked up trucks. So this is the first time he's ever built something like this. Very much out of his comfort zone. And I think he friggin' nailed it. I think he did an incredible job. And like I said, you guys got to remember, this is a very old mod, but it still holds up to this day. I think it looks absolutely insane. Things I don't like about the truck. Now this is going to be weird because I loved everything about this truck when he released it. But now, like 8 years later, some things I don't like is how much the name is plastered all over this truck. We didn't have to do that, but back in these days, that was very normal. Everybody was doing it. They were advertising themselves, which is cool and everything for back then. But nowadays, I don't like that. I think that's why I'm such a big fan of John Hot Rod, is he doesn't put his name on his trucks at all. You don't need to, you know who builds those trucks. John is incredible, and so is Forces, and Forces doesn't need to do that either. But like I said, this is back then when it was very normal. But nowadays, if we were to rebuild this truck, I would very much not like especially in the back here. You know, you got Hades up in the bar, Hades on the tailgate, Hades where the license plate goes. It does not need to be there. You got it down here on the bar, which if I was to rebuild this truck, or Forces was, this is okay down here. And even to make it, if you could make the Hades name down here look like this, engrave it into this bar, that would be sick. And leave it up here in that. But you don't need it on the tailgate. You don't need it in the license plate. We don't need the name on the front like this, even though it looked cool back then. Maybe just an F-19 sticker or something would be okay. We didn't need our names on the hood, nothing like that. Let the truck speak for itself, you know. You just have to put the name on it in one spot pretty much. But that's probably the only things I don't like about the truck. And also the tires have been switched out. I changed the tires. The original tires on this truck actually said Hades around the tires as well. So you can kind of get a visual of how much billboarding this truck was. And I think the only knock that this truck got from the community was it had too much billboards. It had too much writing on it. So I changed the tires out. These are a set of tires I kind of hijacked off from Nick's and put them on this, and I think it looks way better. It looks really good. So let's jump over into Venom. So this is actually the first rebuilt version off from this truck, and I'm pretty sure all three of these trucks are off the same model, but that's the only Hades version. These both are called Venom. So this is actually the what is it? The 2008 Chevy Venom V10, which it's a Silverado, but as you can see, it looks great, and you can see how far Forces has come from modeling this one to modeling this one. Which this truck was great. Let me go ahead and start this one up, and as you can hear, it's gas powered, as is this one over here. I don't like diesel. Again, it's just I don't like the sound of them. I'm more into the gas truck sound, and that's why I wanted this one. But you can see we took a lot of the billboarding off from it. It only says my name right there, and we put Venom right on the hood here and on the back, obviously. But this truck has like no add-ons. It has one set of add-ons, the side steps. Let's pull this one ahead. There's a couple of things I don't like about this truck. when it was built, and it's the reason this truck changed up. One is it just feels like Hades is a long truck, but it don't feel as long as this one. This truck just feels like it's friggin' a football field long. It's just so long, and it's such a hard truck to take trail riding because it gets hung up in the middle so much with that quad cab or club cab, whatever it's called. It's a great truck. It looks good, but it's just long. I love the tires on this thing. It was a new set of tires. I think they're called Nitos or something like that he put on them, which look awesome. And overall, the truck looks really good. It's just the length. I think that's the only thing I didn't like about the truck. But other than that, it looks really, really good. And as you can see, we took the Hades name off and went with Venom. Now let's jump over into the last one, which the biggest change on this version is the length. So we took the club cab off, or the quad cab. Again, I can't remember what the hell I did truck terms, but we made this just the two-door, which I think it looks better. It's not as long, and it's a very much capable trail truck, and it goes great out on the trails. I use this one a lot. So let's get into the add-ons with this thing. So you got the regular exhaust, which are down at the bottom, which you can barely see. You can see them right there. But we'll go ahead and take them off, put the roll bars on, which look really good, and we'll put the stacks on. And if I hit the V button and open the tailgate, we also have the ATV in the back. Take that one out, or you can put the orange one in. But we'll leave the ATVs off of them. But this truck is just sick. Let's go ahead and close the gate, and it also has the flip-in mirrors. See there? So out of the three trucks, I use this one the most as far as casual trail riding. It's the most capable. I mean, Hades is very capable, but it's not really designed to be a trail truck. But this thing is just sick. It's got the Nightmare Before Christmas stickers, which look awesome, I think. We could have left this one off right here and just went with the two in the side windows. I think is more than enough. But no, this one's very good. And you can just see the difference in quality as far as how much Forces has come with his building between these three trucks, which is absolutely insane. And I wish I could give you guys timestamps on when these trucks were built as far as how far apart they were built. I can't remember. Like I said, Hades dates back to spintires. This one was built early in Mudrunner, and this one was one of the last mods he ever built for me. I think this was 2 mods ago that he built for me, I believe. Something like that. But anyway, let's jump over into Hades. And again, out of all the trucks he's ever built, I would love to see Forces step back out of his comfort zone and rebuild Hades the right way. You know, we rebuilt the truck twice, but we called it Venom. I want to see Hades rebuilt. That would be sick. Wouldn't mind seeing John Hot Rod tackle something like that too, because we know what he can do with those big trucks. But anyway, let's go ahead and run this course. So Truck Night in America. I was asked a lot to rebuild this map, or could I upgrade the map and stuff like that, so that's why I rebuilt this map. I think it come out good. I'm not going to try to hurry through this course. I'm just kind of casually going. I'm not going to try to beat any time limit or anything like that. I don't want to roll it over, so we'll just kind of casually see how Hades does here. Like I said, this truck is incredibly capable. And it really does still look good for being as old as it is, you know. The suspension looks awesome. It works good. I love the design of the bars, the barring and all that underneath the Hades name. I think it just looks really good. Yeah, if you guys haven't tried out this map, make sure you check it out. If you guys were a fan of the Truck Night maps. This one I actually spent some time building compared to the original. The original I didn't really spend a whole lot of time. That was early on in my mapping career, I guess. And like I said, I didn't really go crazy with it. But this one I did put some work in. I did take my time with it, you know. these rock models I think look awesome. These my boy Big Dubs hooked me up with these rocks. I think they look really good. And if you guys want to see a difference in like my building skills as far as map goes, go ahead and run a course on the original Truck Night map and then run a course on this. It's just, if you guys know how maps are built, you can really see the difference in quality as far as building these maps. Let's get this going a little bit. See if we can't take a nice jump. Hopefully I don't roll it. I rolled it over a lot when I was practicing on this map. There we go, not too bad. Nice landing, stuck it. So I'll probably go over my normal video length time. I don't like to go over 15 minutes just because of file size and how long it takes to upload videos onto YouTube, but it's my first video back. I'll go over a little bit. We'll go to a 20 minute time limit on this one. Hopefully you guys stick around through the whole video. If not, that's okay. Just because I've been away for 4 months too, guys, don't mean I don't keep track of what everybody's doing as far as maps and mods and all that stuff. I'm always looking on the mod.io on SnowRunner. Always on the lookout for that next John Hot Rod mod. He's my boy when it comes to SnowRunner. Forces has always been my boy as far as everything else goes. Me and Forces, we're not really as close as we used to be as far as... I mean, we're still friends. We're on each other's Facebook and stuff like that. But, you know, he's got his own things going on. I got my own things going on. I'd love to see us team up again. Get some more mods going. But that was another era, I guess. Those days have come and gone. But I had a blast. I really enjoyed building mods. Or giving ideas for mods with Forces. I think we were a great team once. Oh, is Hades gonna get hung up here? Let's kick this girl into high. There we go. Oh, hopefully I didn't get hung up. There we go. So not too bad. She did her job. Yeah, I think it still looks awesome. After all these years, it's still a great truck. Great memories. Our heyday, if you want to call it. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. I hope you stuck around to the end. If you did, thank you. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will talk to you guys again real soon.